to say then that we're following on from what Sean Berry said about solar, but with a community energy focus for community buildings. Can I introduce you to Tanuja Pandit of Power Up North London, and she's also the treasurer of Community Energy London.
And may I introduce you to Sydney Charles. Sydney is the director of MiniTED, and she's also the secretary of Community Energy London. So there's a bit of banter going on here this evening, so we thought we'd just keep this going. So Sydney, can you tell us a little bit about MiniTED and CEL?
Well, MiniTED is a spoof on N10, and we're a community energy group centred in N10. I have another fellow director there at the back, Alan. We have put solar panels on 2 schools. We do stray from N10, I have to say, and also the Methodist Church in Muswell Hill, and the Marks and Spencers in Muswell Hill has our panels on them. So if you could tell me about Power Up North London, Tanuja.
So Power Up North London, we are also a community energy group, and we were set up by folks from the transition groups in Kentish Town and Highgate in 2015. So since 2015, we've installed solar panels on about 9 sites around Haringey, Camden, Islington and Tower Hamlets. And we've also done some LED projects for community sites and some energy efficiency work. And we're now focusing on renewable heat, which is a new area for us, and we are fast moving up the learning curve on that. We do also raise some of the money that we use to buy the solar panels from our communities, and we've raised about £140,000 so far through a number of share offers to the community, and we have 150 local investors. But I think the most important statistic that you'll all be interested in is the fact that our solar installations and the work we've done so far on LEDs and so on save about 70 tons of carbon a year, which is, in terms of calibration, equivalent to the benefits from about 26 acres of new forest. So that's what we've done so far, and the work is ongoing. A question for you, Sydney, is why did you decide to spend so much of your time on installing solar in the community?
Well, I'll say that I started off being shocked by the inaction of the government and believe that communities are the force of change. They can get stuff done. And groups of people all over the country have been getting together to install renewable energy and getting people to put their money into it, as Tanuja said. They're putting their money into community solar instead of putting it into the stock market. So they managed to sell electricity for less than the big 6, which helps some of the community sites, and they use surplus to fund community projects. What I didn't say a little bit more about Community Energy London, which is a network of community energy groups such as ourselves. I'm the secretary, and we all help each other out. But for instance, on the surplus, MiniTED funds the Muswell Hill Sustainability Group. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that. If you check out their website, they have tours of low energy homes, how you can reduce your energy. And they've got a new advice service for retrofitting your home called Future Fit. We have some brochures about that if you want to know how to make your house more energy efficient. So what were your reasons, Tanuja, then?
So I had 3 strong reasons for getting involved with community energy. The first was that, like a lot of us, I had spent a lot of time working with large corporations and working overseas. I didn't know my local community, and I wanted to get to know them more. I wanted to support them more. So that was one reason. The second reason was, as a citizen, I wanted to understand how I could reduce my own household and my personal carbon footprint. And that's when I got to know Power Up North London. That was in 2017 when I got engaged with them. And the third reason was that my husband had just retired and was going to be home full time, so I needed something else to do. So I headed off towards community energy. a question for you, Sydney. If a friend or a neighbour, are we at 0 minutes already? Oops, I think we've done our time. Are we allowed a minute? We'll do a quick
Everyone
minute.
else did.
Sorry about that. We'll do a quick minute. Not very good with timekeeping in the community energy space. But just very quickly, Sydney, if somebody came to you and said they wanted to do a solar project, what's the first thing you'd ask them to do?
Well, first of all, they need to find a suitable site, but also a keen building owner, because that's crucial, but also a group of people who are willing to do the paperwork, which is actually quite fearsome. You can tell me that. But Community Energy London has got a new facility called How To, and that's got lots of advice on there of if you wanted to do a project, how you could get into an existing group or form a group, and different things that you would need to do. So are we going to jump now into the 4-word summary? Tanuja, what is your 4-word summary?
My 4-word summary is our strapline, which is our energy, your power. What's yours, Sydney?
Oh no, I was sharing yours.
Oh, okay.
Okay.